Thank you so much for joining me today on the Community Ledger. We have got to talk about the latest moves with regards to these tariffs. Trump is not playing, so let's get into it. Yes, thank you so much for joining me today on the Community Ledger. Again, my name is Andrea Banu. If you have not already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you'd like to support the channel a little further, you can always go into the link in my description and buy me a cup of coffee. And so now I have to talk about all that is happening with these tariffs. So Trump took a bold move. He did a 90-day pause on reciprocity. He upped the ante with regards to tariffs to China, and everyone is talking about it. So we're going to go ahead and watch a video from Fox so we can see all the details and how the rest of the world is reacting.
Thinking 3 steps ahead, that's the focus of tonight's angle.
Our country is stronger than it's ever been, and somebody had to do that with, we had to take the medicine. We had to go through the operation, and that's what we've been through. And a lot of presidents would not have done it. No president would have done it, I think, but it had to be done.
Well, his critics always misunderstood him. They said Trump's position's crazy. Tariffs are never going to work. He's trying to tank the economy. He's way over his skis.
Donald Trump poured gasoline on our global economy and lit a match with his devastating trade war.
This is the first just single man-made recession in American history.
Do you personally expect a recession?
I think probably that's a likely outcome.
And as usual, the political class also underestimated Trump. Remember they scoffed at him when he got into the race back in 2015, and then they counted him out after the 2020 election. They assumed he was finished. They hoped he was finished, and that he'd never hold political office again. After all, he's a convicted felon. Well, and ditto for the Wall Street types. Even those who worked with Trump underestimated him. He's just a real estate guy. He doesn't understand the complexities of global supply chains. But under Trump's tariffs, America's future was in peril, they said. They warned of a grim, grim event. Speaking of grim sounding, Larry Summers today.
When people think that the rule of law is deteriorating, when people think that the country's being mismanaged, they sell its stocks and they sell its bonds too. They sell everything. Treasury bonds prices go up and their yields go down. So what this is saying is that we're becoming more like an emerging market country, more like a country with a peso rather than a dollar as its currency.
Whoops. Well, I guess that peso went muy arriba today. Well, 5 minutes later, he should have demanded to come back on camera to eat crow. The market had rebounded by then. 2,200 points is up way more because Trump announced a brilliant move to pause the higher tariffs on countries negotiating with us, but meanwhile, to raise China's tariffs to 125%. So wall off China by boxing them out, further weakening their economic power. It's genius.
Many of you in the media clearly missed the art of the deal. You clearly failed to see what President Trump is doing here. You tried to say that the rest of the world would be moved closer to China when in fact we've seen the opposite effect. The entire world is calling the United States of America, not China.
And I'm going to pause right there because I'm not sure if any of you guys are familiar, but in the past, this was something that both Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer supported. Now, all of a sudden, when Trump gets into office and starts talking about these tariffs, oh my God, the sky is falling. He's trying to destroy the economy, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? This is what they were saying a couple of weeks ago. Hell, just yesterday. Now that he actually has done it and put this pause on reciprocity and up the ante in regards to China's tariffs, everyone's like, oh my God, this is genius. All of the bonds, the stock market has gone up. Everybody's just like, holy crap, this is genius. It's like the man knew what he was doing the entire time. But, you know, the doom and gloom that Democrats have been pushing for so long, again, have to, you know, they're going to have to eat crow, like she said, because yet again, they're wrong.
What the Larry Summers types, as smart as he is, and Rand Paul, as much as we like him, and the hedge funders, as rich as they are, don't seem to understand is that Trump has always been consistent about his ultimate goal.
100%.
The ultimate goal is to raise living standards for all Americans. The tariffs were just one of his favorite tools to get there. Now think about what happened here. After he campaigned on tariffs during the 2024 campaign, he made his Liberation Day announcement. Then Trump watches the reaction. The markets plummet. But countries rush in to negotiate. He told them, move quickly, because the doors were going to close. And then today, Trump decides to take the win, announcing a 10% tariff that stays on everyone. The market has already priced those in. But the key is a pause on the greater or reciprocal tariffs that took into account all the things that people do in other countries to, screw us on trade. And they get a break, all those negotiating countries. But China is the odd man out here, with its tariffs staying really high at 125. So now communist China, that has had the biggest trade deficit with us, is now really hurting.
Are you waiting for President Xi to blink? How do you think this is all going to be resolved?
Look, for years we've been ripped off and taken advantage of by China and others, in all fairness, but by China, that's the big one. And it's just one of those things. We're making $2 billion a day right now, this country. $2 billion a day with tariffs. And they were making $2 billion a day.
Look, China's going to have to find consumers for all the junk that their factories make. And their products will now be much harder to sell here. This leaves them, the factories, idling and losing money. We know this. We know that Europe doesn't have the money to bail China out, even if they wanted to. And going forward, Trump can, of course, tweak the tariffs depending on how far these countries will go to make things right for our manufacturing sector, make it fair. Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary, said it well this morning.
For the last 4 decades, basically since I began my career in Wall Street has grown wealthier than ever before, and it can continue to grow and do well. But for the next 4 years, the Trump agenda is focused on Main Street. It's Main Street's turn.
Amen.
It's Main Street's turn to hire workers. It's Main Street's turn to drive investment. And it's Main Street's turn to restore the American dream.
That should be on a bumper.
Amen. When have you heard anyone's administration speak like this? Like Wall Street has made enough money. The next 4 years, it's time for just the common folk, the Main Street, the regular, everyday working citizen. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. I mean, my goodness.
Sticker. It's Main Street's turn.
Right.
Now, this is the only way, as I said last night on The Angle, that capitalism, as we understand it, can be saved. After 30 years of selling out who Trump always said he would never forget.
Under our leadership, the forgotten man and woman will be forgotten no longer. We are one movement, one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. And together we will make America powerful again. We will make America wealthy again.
And he's adding up the dollars and cents for this country. Now, for decades, when he was focused on building skyscrapers, Donald Trump was already speaking out publicly about how other countries were ripping us off because our politicians were stupid and they made stupid trade deals. Well, that's because Trump, he's always 3 steps ahead. He knew that if our middle class lost faith in the capitalist system, our entire system would come crashing down. After all, why would anyone without a college degree vote for a Republican who didn't work to save our critical industries and our American jobs? Remember, before Trump won in 2016, a Republican hadn't won the White House since Bush in 2004 when he was reelected. McCain, Romney, both got creamed. And over 15 years, Americans' household income was essentially flatlining.
Man, this is incredible. This, I mean, even if you take the entire tariff and economy situation off the table, look at how this man is positioning his party to move forward. He's letting the Democratic Party self-sabotage. And he is doing exactly what he needs to do for the American people, for Main Street, like they stated in this video, to build a stronger coalition so that when he is out of office, because as we know, he can't run again, Republicans hold on to that momentum and this base that he is built upon, so that the Democrats cannot regain power in the next election. So this, I mean, it's just like this. I'm in awe. Okay, I'm in awe, because so many people sit back on the sidelines and just drag this man for filth day in and day out. And he completely just blocks all of it out. He's got tunnel vision. He's here on a mission. He had a mandate from the people, and he is serious about getting it done. This man was just inaugurated January 20th. It is April what? April 10th. April 10th. No, it's not even April 10th. It's April 9th today. He just got inaugurated in January. Look how much work he is doing, how much he's getting accomplished. And he has not even been in the office six freaking months. This is crazy. The Biden-Harris administration was there for 4 years, and look at the damage they did. Look at the damage they did, which is crazy to me that they sit here and talk about a recession and the economy so horrible, as if he created that within the last 90 days. Give me a break. He's trying to clean up the mess that was left behind from the Biden administration, on top of doing all of these things right here so that he can just strengthen our economy for years, even after he's no longer in office, and strengthen his party positioning within American government and politics, even after he's no longer in position. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. The man is serious. Serious.
That's not what the politicians promised, but that's what hardworking Americans got, and they were not happy. So this dynamic was not sustainable. And Trump rightly knew that our system would eventually break down if it kept rewarding people who sent jobs overseas,
right,
and penalize those who made products here at home.
But see, that's the thing. That's the thing. The Democrats already knew that. They never had any intention on actually giving a damn about American citizens or just regular Americans, which is why they allowed all of those migrants to come here. They said, okay, Americans, we got to give them minimum wage. We got to give them medical benefits. We got to give them vacation, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? So what are we going to do about this? We're going to bring in all these damn migrants, and they're going to be our constituents. They're going to be our loyal base that we can depend on now, because we gave them American citizenship. And so now we can use them, pay them these low slave wages. We can, hire them without offering medical and Medicaid and Social Security and all these other benefits that Americans pay into. And so we could just let regular American citizens just fall by the wayside. They can figure themselves out. We have a new group of people that we're going to rely on, pay them slave wages so that we can continue to build and our pockets can continue to get fat. And then they're going to vote for Democrats to stay in office. So we're going to stay in power because we're the ones that gave them, an opportunity to be here in the States. So we didn't even have to care about regular natural born Americans anymore. And Trump came in and was like, he threw a monkey wrench into their whole game plan. And it is a sight to see. It is incredible to watch. Before all of this, before this election, as you know, so many people, specifically Democrats, specifically in the Black community, have just been voting Democrat for years and years and years. But the mass exodus that is happening right now within the Black community, within the Hispanic community, with all these other communities away from the Democratic Party is just incredible. It's profound. It's unlike anything I've ever seen before. And it is just brilliant to sit back and watch. And that is why I love politics so much. That's why I love what is happening in politics right now, because it's incredible. It's just incredible to see what is happening to this country firsthand.
Made in America needed a boost. And before the China virus hit, Trump was on his way to getting us there.
China was by far the biggest abuser in history, and others also. But somebody had to do it. They had to stop because it was not sustainable. Last year, China made $1 trillion off trade with the United States. That's not right. And now I've reversed it. It's for a short period of time, but we made $2 billion. We're making now $2 billion a day. And
wow.
Somebody had to do it, and if you didn't do it, you wouldn't have a country. I think it's going to work out amazing.
The blue-collar voters turned out huge for MAGA in November. They knew that Trump was their only chance, only chance at survival. And today we see the blue-collar folks were right again. Common sense beats the PhDs once again.
That is awesome. That is truth right there. That is truth, and I'm loving it. I'm in awe over it. I'm in awe about the level of just strategy that this man is putting into play and the amount of just focus that he has with regards to this border and this economy and everything. You know, they are seriously throwing stones at this man. They're throwing everything at this man, trying to keep him from making any real change and progress in this nation. You see, I just did a video yesterday in regards to, you've got real judges out here talking about bring immigrants back, or not even, I won't say immigrants, bring MS-13 gang members back. They don't even care about these citizens. All they care about is undermining Trump and this administration. And so, you know, he just completely ignores all of it. He focuses in, and he's focused on doing exactly what he said he was going to do on the campaign trail and getting America in the position it needs to be financially, so that our children can flourish here in America. And like I said before, you know what I'm saying? You can be a liberal, you can be an independent, you can be a Democrat, you can be a Republican, whatever you want to be. You can just be, you know, not acquiesce or agree to any political party. And you just go after the candidate that you think, you know, fits what your desires are for your future. But you have got to really just respect and appreciate the amount of work that this man has done and accomplished in this small amount of time. And like I said many times before, even if you don't like him, he is giving us an opportunity. He has given us 4 years of some level of reprieve from all of the chaos that the Democrats were pushing. And so, you know, I just really am appreciative of just having the level of clarity that I did to step off of that Democratic disaster this last November. And so for those who may be feeling like they need a new home, a new base, a coalition of people who are like-minded, I've got something for you. Take a look. Hello. And to all who are watching this video, please know I understand you. I understand your fears, your doubts, your worries, and your concerns. And I'm here to tell you it's never too late. It's never too late to walk away from the Democratic Party. All you have to do is call the number on the screen, 1-800-BLINK-TWICE. There are people right behind me waiting to receive your call. There are therapists right around the corner waiting to guide you, support you, assist you in this transition. I know that it's difficult. I know that it comes with shame, sometimes even regret. But now's the time. It's never too late. Just call, pick up the phone, and dial 1-800-BLINK-TWICE. And there you have it. For all of those who are still feeling like they want to get off of that Democratic disaster train and join some of the people here on the Community Ledger who are all about common sense, okay, all about progress, all about education, all about being informed, moving forward into this new golden age of America, please do not hesitate to go ahead and subscribe, like, and share. And until next time, this is the Community Ledger. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and watch the next video by clicking right here.